Am I in the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA. I'm your host. I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news, television, movies, non-spoiler reviews. You come here on a week-by-week basis to get caught up with it all. It's season 29, episode 3, and tonight's show is titled Just a Breath of Fresh Air. We're going to be breaking down the news from September the 11th through today, September the 17th. We are broadcasting live from the Red Dragons Radio Studios here in the still hot as hell Tucson, Arizona. And we got 3 movies to talk about, 2 that are in theaters, one that's a bonus review because it's not even out yet. And I'm going to let you know what it's all about before it even drops to get you guys hyped. I got one TV show to talk about real quick. And then, of course, we'll get into the news of the week. So let's jump on in, not waste any time. The first movie that I want to talk about that hit theaters this past weekend is Speak No Evil. Woo! I have been waiting to see this horror thriller for quite some time. This trailer, I swear, every year there is a trailer that gets overly played. It gets played before every damn movie you go and see. And for the last 6 months, Speak No Evil has been that movie trailer. But you know what? It got annoying, but it was never at a point for me where I was like, ugh, this movie again, because I always dug the trailer. It was so intriguing and intense, and it really sparked my interest to see this movie, and it never faded. So, very, very cool. So, I was glad to finally get to see it. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is actually a remake. There was a movie that came out called Speak No Evil just 2 years ago in 2022. It was a foreign film, and basically it was a movie that a lot of people loved. It got high praise. And this director here, James Watkins, got his hands on it and he said, you know what? He worked with the writer of the original film and said, I want to remake this for American audiences. And it's not often that you see a remake that quickly, right? Within 2 years, we're already back in theaters with the new American version. If you would like to see that original version, it is now streaming on AMC Plus, by the way. So just to let you know, I actually have it bookmarked because now that I've seen the new one, I'm actually very, very curious to go back and watch the original. So I heard that they actually changed the ending and some other stuff. So since I've seen the new one, I want to see how the original plays out. So very excited to check that out. I have it bookmarked on AMC Plus. But we're here to talk about the new one. We got James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis, Scoot McNairy leading this one here. Aisling Franciosi is the one that plays James McAvoy's wife in the movie. And I've never seen her before, but she was really, really good. And everybody's really good in this movie, to be honest. But this is about when an American family is invited to spend the weekend at the country estate of a charming British family that they befriended on vacation. What begins as a dream holiday soon warps into a snarled psychological nightmare. You've seen the trailer. This movie gives you what the trailer leads it out to be. You have 2 couples that meet on vacation, they get along really well, and they're like, you know what? Maybe down the road you should come out and visit us. Have a great time. And of course, we fast forward a little bit of time, and you know what? We should go take them up on that offer. And they go, and everything's wonderful until it's not. What I'm going to say about this movie is I loved it. I thought it was super intense. Some people will say it's a slow burn. I agree with that. It is kind of a slow burn, but it works. Usually slow burns don't work for me, but it works in this movie. You build up the relationship, you build up these characters. So when little things start to go wrong, they have good payoff. And I really got to shout out James McAvoy here. This is one of the best performances I've ever seen him do. I've always loved James McAvoy. He's great in everything he does. And I'm going to go back to Split. When he did the M. Night Shyamalan film Split, he was so incredible. I was raving about him for months about how amazing he was in that movie. This movie takes me back to that. He is so incredible in this movie. He can go from charming to demented in 5 seconds, and it's pretty incredible. Mackenzie Davis is great. Scoop McNairy's great. I love the dynamic of the couples and trying to weave is something wrong here or is it not? And just the way it twists and unfolds. I don't want to go into it any deeper, no spoilers, but it's a fun thrill ride, man, that really, really rocked me, and I loved it. So, gotta give Speak No Evil 4 out of 5 stars. I had a blast with this one. Moving on to my second movie that I went to the theater to see over this past weekend. Um, I think I had 3 days and 3 movies at the movie theater last weekend. I checked out the Killer's Game. This one here, of course, is the new Dave Bautista movie, and it's directed by J.J. Perry. And this is about when a top hitman is diagnosed with a terminal illness, he decides to take matters into his own hands by taking a hit out on himself. But when the very hitman he hired also target his pregnant ex-girlfriend, he must fend off an army of assassin colleagues and win back the love of his life before it's too late. So yeah, man, when I first read the premise of this movie, I thought it was really, really unique. And then I saw the first trailer and I was like, okay, cool. This looks kind of like a John Wick. It's got some of the producers from John Wick. It's got heavy action. It's about hitmen, right? And I love the idea of him getting told he's dying, right? He's only got a couple weeks to live. So he puts a hit out on himself to basically let all these assassins come kill him. And then he realizes, oh shit, I'm not dying, because the doctor calls and says, oops, we messed up, and basically finds out, no, he's not dying. And the doctor mixed up his files with someone else. So now he's got to fend off all these damn assassins coming after him. Um, before he dies, because now he's got his girl he needs to save and she's pregnant, right? So you got Dave Batista, you got Sophia Butella, you got Terry Crews, Palm Clementif, Mantis herself from Guardians of the Galaxy. Love seeing her and Drax reunite here. Ben Kingsley's in this, Scott Atkins, Drew McIntyre from the WWE, a bunch of stuntmen that you've seen in the John Wick movies. This movie, man, very interesting because what I compare this movie to is a 90s direct to DVD action movie. And that's not to knock it, because there was a lot of good 90s direct to DVD action movies back in the day. This doesn't feel like a theatrical 2024 film, but I love Dave Batista. Like, I've been a fan of him obviously since the WWE days. I was always a big fan of him and I was always pulling for his career. I think it's a strong cast, man. I like everybody in here. I love the idea of the assassin trying to get away from other assassins, hence the John Wickness. It is graphic. It's a lot of blood at times. There's some really cool action, but overall it's kind of cheesy, right? Like, it doesn't play off like at the greatest story. Overall, it definitely lags at points. Sometimes it's just the cheesy one-liners. Like, there's some cringy stuff in here for sure. This is not a movie that I would tell you run out to the theater to see, but at the same time, I would tell you I think you would have a fun time watching it, whether you go to the theater or whether you watch it on streaming. It definitely feels like a streaming movie. Like, I could see this movie on Netflix or Amazon Prime. Like, it doesn't feel theatrical. I think I would have liked it more at home streaming, but I did have a good time with it. It's a fun movie. You just have to take it for what it is, and that's that 90s direct to DVD movie style. But everybody gives it their all. It's fun. I know I saw an interview with Batista where he said he hopes this is his big franchise, right? And that he'll get to come back and do multiple Killer's Game movies. Well, based on the box office, I don't see that happening, but I'm glad that he got a moment to headline a film, because Batista's been killing it out there as a supporting character for a long time, and it was cool to see him kind of get to lead a film. So, congratulations, but I give Killer's Game 3 out of 5 stars. And then my third movie. This was a bonus, man. I didn't even know I was going to see this past weekend, because it doesn't come out till this upcoming weekend. September 20th is when this one hits theaters. But I saw that there was a special fan event going on this past weekend, got early access to it, took my daughter, and went and saw an early showing of Transformers 1. Now, this is a movie that I'm a big Transformers fan. I love all the live action films, love Bumblebee. Uh, I really love this franchise. I grew up on Transformers, love Transformers. When I heard they were going to do an animated prequel, I said, stupid. This is dumb. I don't want it. As you all know that have listened to me for any kind of period of time, you know I'm not the biggest fan of animation, so it's hard for me with these things. But then the first trailer came out, and I thought, that looks kind of cute. And then the second trailer came out, and I laughed, and I said, man, this thing's going to win me over, isn't it? And then the early critic reviews started coming out, and everybody is loving this thing. This thing is super certified fresh. I think it's at the high 90% last time I looked. I mean, people are saying this is the best Transformers movie ever. Just high praise all the way around. So I went in with high expectations, man. Like I said, it was a kind of a bonus movie that came my way over the weekend. My daughter was very excited to see it. She had just recently watched. I took her last summer to see Transformers: Rise of the Beast. That was her first big live action movie in the Transformers world, so she's aware of these characters now, and she loved this movie. And I gotta say, I loved it as well. Um, it is super funny. The action is incredible. It's heartfelt. It tells a good story. And this is an origin story. This is the untold origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron, better known as sworn enemies, but once they were friends, bonded like brothers, who changed the fate of Cybertron forever. Crazy, man. You go back, you see before he's Optimus Prime, he's Orion Pax. Before he's Megatron, he's D16. And then you meet Bumblebee for the first time as he's B127. You meet Alita, you meet Starscream, you meet Sentinel Prime, you meet Soundwave, Shockwave, all. So there's some familiar faces, there's new faces, there's old faces. Um, but this thing, man, won me over so much. Chris Hemsworth, Brian Tyree Henry. I gotta say, man, these two, I remember reading the casting and being like, Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime? He kills it. Brian Tyree Henry kills it as Megatron. Scarlett Johansson is amazing as Alita. Keegan Michael Key steals the show as Bumblebee, or should I say, Badassatron. He is so damn funny in this movie. Steve Buscemi is Starscream and just kills it. Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion. John Hamm, almost unrecognizable, kills it as Sentinel Prime, and it just goes on from there, man. Great voice cast. I laughed my ass off. I loved the relationship between the characters and seeing how they went from friends to enemies to the rise of the Autobots and the Decepticons. This was a great movie that I highly recommend. Walking out, my daughter was immediately like, when this comes out next weekend, can we go back and see it again? And I think we will go see it again because it was a ton of fun and I would not mind it whatsoever. So there's your early review. This movie doesn't even come out for another like 4 days, but I got to tell you, it's worth it, man. So good. So good. Transformers 1, 4 out of 5 stars. I loved it. All right, so that's our big three movies that were in the theater. The only TV show. I haven't really watched anything new this past week. Just been kind of going through my normal stuff. But there was one return, and that was Tulsa King for season 2. I loved Tulsa King season 1. That was one of the shows that came out that I thought was one of the best shows of the year. Sylvester Stallone. This is a Oh man, I can't think of the guy's name. Tyler Sheridan, I think. The guy who does Yellowstone. He does so much stuff on Paramount Plus. Tulsa King is one of his shows. It's about Sylvester Stallone's character. He's a mob boss, but he was in jail and he gets out and he goes to Tulsa and he's trying to restart up his business in this small little Tulsa town. And of course, the other thugs in town don't like it. And it's just such a good show. Season 1 was incredible. And I've been waiting for season 2 to drop. They dropped the first episode over the weekend. I checked it out. It was a great premiere. It took me right back into it. Stallone is so good in this character. And I think if you haven't seen the show, you need to watch it. So I wanted to just make sure I shouted out that Tulsa King is back for season 2, baby. So check that out now on Paramount Plus. So again, Speak No Evil now in theaters, 4 out of 5 stars. Killer's Game now in theaters, 3 out of 5 stars. Transformers 1 not in theaters yet, but will be on Friday, 4 out of 5 stars as well. And then check out Tulsa King season 2 over on Paramount Plus. All right, let's talk box office. Coming in at number 10 is God's Not Dead, In God We Trust. Number 9, The Forge. Number 8, It Ends With Us. Number 7, Alien Romulus. Number 6 is the debut of The Killer's Game. So we talked about this. I told you box office wasn't super strong. Don't see this becoming a franchise, unfortunately. Killer's Game only number 6 with just 2.6 million. So a very low debut for the Batista-led film. Number 5 is Reagan. Number 4 is Am I Racist? Number 3 is Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 2 is the other debut that we talked about, Speak No Evil. That's right, debuts at number 2 with $11.3 million. So pretty strong there. They made the film for less than 15 mil. So if you count the worldwide gross, it's already made more than its budget back. So that's what's good about these low-cost Blumhouse films. So good on Speak No Evil at number 2, 11.3 mil. And number 1, once again, with only a 53% drop, having an incredible second week. It's Beetlejuice, which we talked about on last week's show. $51.3 million. That's an incredible second week. Nobody thought it was going to make that much money in its second week. A lot of people were talking about what a big drop it was going to have, and it still made 51.3. So massive congratulations. Beetlejuice has made almost $200 million just in America. So congratulations on like $100 million budget. That is pretty damn incredible. So there you guys go. That is our reviews and box office. Now let's switch gears and get into our news of the week. Okay, debuting tomorrow on Disney Plus is Agatha All Along. I'm so excited for this show, man. It's about time. We haven't had a Marvel show in a while on Disney Plus, and we're getting Agatha All Along starting tomorrow, 2 episodes. I'm very, very stoked to watch these. They dropped another new poster, and on top of that, Disney Plus has launched a new discount on its ad tier. So check that out. If you're not signed up, you can check that out and see what kind of discounts you can get. The 2024 VMAs happened last weekend, so we got your full list of winners there. Judd Apatow is set to direct Coke versus Pepsi movie. That's right, Steven Spielberg is going to produce. It's going to be called Cola Wars. Challengers is set for a streaming debut over on Prime Video. That's right, this is the Zendaya film that's going to be hitting Prime on September 19th. So you'll be able to check that one out. Good Omens Season 3, The Fate is Uncertain. That's right. Neil Gaiman says that he's stepping back away from the show, which means they're not sure if they're going to move forward on another season. So just letting you know that's kind of dangling there. Thomas Crown Affair. Yes, a remake is in the works with Michael B. Jordan set to direct and star. I like this. I like Michael B. Jordan. I like the Thomas Crown Affair. I could see this being a good vehicle for him, so I am down with that. Samara Weaving and Kyle Gallner have joined the new romantic thriller called Carolina Caroline. Dave Batista supposedly now working on multiple rom-com movies following his previous comments. So to put some context on this, he was doing interviews for The Killer's Game, and they said, is there a genre you haven't really dipped into yet that you want to? And he said, romantic comedies, man. I want to do a rom-com. And he said, but no one's ever offered me one, because he's the big bulky guy. And after that interview, supposedly a bunch of studios reached out to him saying, yo, we want to give you that rom-com. So he's kind of sorting through some projects right now, seeing what is what. And we might get a Batista-led rom-com here pretty damn soon. So congrats to him. Um, so, rumor mill, back to the rumor mill again. Supposedly, an offer has gone out to Jared Leto to play Skeletor in the live action Masters of the Universe movie. That's right. Travis Knight is directing. We've been seeing casting kind of coming in every week, and now they're talking about Skeletor going down with Jared Leto. So I can see him as Skeletor, man. I think it actually kind of works. So we'll see if that ends up being official, but that is the word right now. We have the new trailer for Lonely Planet. This is a new Netflix movie coming out on October 11th with Laura Dern and Liam Hemsworth. We have the first trailer for that, so check it out. We have the poster for Paddington 3. We found out that it is official that Wicked Part 2 will release in theaters on November 21st, 2025. So it does have its official date locked in. So in about a year, you will get Part 2. All right, we have the brand new trailer for Venom: The Last Dance. This hits theaters on October 25th. I love this trailer. It's so damn good. It's funny. I love it. I love the Venom films, and I think this is gonna be great. So, love this new trailer. We see in the trailer that they're gonna have Noel, which is like the king of the symbiotes. So, it's gonna be nuts, man. So I can't wait to see what they do with it. Check out the trailer if you haven't seen it yet. We have the first teaser trailer for the Dexter prequel series. That's right, Dexter Origins. I think Dexter Original Sin, it's called. Will premiere on Paramount Plus on December 13th. It's a really quick, like 30-second teaser trailer, but it looks good, man. It's got the vibes of the original show. I'm loving it. And of course, with the voice of Michael C. Hall as Dexter once again. So, hail to the yeah. We have the first trailer for Salem's Lot. This is the big horror movie that is based on the Stephen King book that was supposed to come out like a year ago, and then it sat on a shelf and we didn't know what was going on. Then we found out it's coming to Max. Now we got the trailer and an official release date, October 3rd. So October 3rd on Max, you can watch Salem's Lot. Pretty cool trailer, man. I'm interested in this one for sure. We have the new official trailer for Zack Snyder's Twilight of the Gods, which will start streaming on Netflix on September 19th. We have the trailer for Your Monster, which stars Melissa Barrera and Tommy Dewey. This is going to hit theaters on October 25th. We have a new poster for Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, which is coming to Netflix on October 10th. Colin Farrell says he doesn't know if he would return for a potential Penguin season 2. Don't forget the Penguin debuts this weekend. I believe it debuts on the 19th, so on Thursday, and then it'll be released on HBO every Sunday. But we were talking to Colin Farrell, and he said, I don't know if I would return. He says, I fucking wanted it to be finished. That was his quote about season 1. Obviously, it's the makeup, man. He's in the padding, he's got the whole headpiece on. It's a lot, man. You sit in that chair for hours every day. It's got to be grueling. And yeah, he's basically like, I don't know if I'd want to come back for that. Like he loves the character. They like what he's done. It's getting super positive reviews, but he's like, man, if they pick it up for a season 2, I just don't know. So we'll see, man, because I hear he's supposed to be in the Batman part 2. So I don't know, man. I don't think he's done with this character as much as he might not like that makeup. Netflix has nabbed a new Silicon Valley thriller that will star Rosamund Pike, so that's pretty cool there. I'm interested in that. I love her. Tim Robinson, he's got a new comedy coming that HBO has just placed an order for. Clint Eastwood's Juror Number 2, which was supposed to come out next year, just played at the film festivals, and now it looks like it'll get a limited release coming out in November. Yes, just in a couple months, it'll get a limited release and then probably a wide release next year, but you might be able to see it in just a couple months. So, Juror Number 2. Joker Folie à Deux is tracking a 70 million plus opening, which is well behind the first film's 96 million debut. Constantine 2 update. Keanu Reeves says that the script is in and they're finalizing some stuff, but he says it looks promising. So that is not dead yet. So we might actually get Constantine 2. We'll keep you posted on that. The Creep Tapes, that's right, the next installment of the Mark Duplass horror franchise has set its series release date. It'll be November 15th on AMC Plus and Shudder. Inside Out 2 is coming to Disney Plus on September 25th, and it is the highest grossing animated movie ever now. So congratulations to Inside Out 2, and once again, keep an eye out for it on Disney Plus starting September 25th. We have the new teaser trailer for Presence, which is Steven Soderbergh's new mysterious horror movie. We have the trailer for Killer Heat, which is a new noir-style thriller starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt. We have the teaser trailer for Beauty in Black, which is Tyler Perry's new Netflix series. Lucifer alum Amy Garcia might have a date with a whole other devil as she is signed on for season 18 of Criminal Minds. I like Amy Garcia a lot, man, so I'm glad to see she's going to be a great addition to that. The Black Phone 2 has added Damien Bichir to the cast of Scott Derrickson's horror sequel. Mick G is in talks to direct the long-awaited Kiss biopic. I love it, man. I like Mick G, and I would love to see a Kiss biopic, man. If there's any band that really deserves one, it's definitely Kiss. So I'd love to see this come to fruition. Um, Let's see here. Netflix is in talks for a live episode of Hot Ones. That's right, live episodes of Hot Ones they want to do on Netflix. So they're in talks with that crew. So we'll see what happens there. Tim Meadows is set to star in a new CBS comedy called DMV, which is exciting. Box office. Let's see. Yeah, we talked about box office already, so nothing new there. After a 2-week channel blackout, Disney and DirecTV have a new deal in place. So congratulations there. That should be restored now. We got a whole bunch of character posters for Agatha All Along that are pretty damn cool. So check that out. Daryl Dixon season 2 teaser trailer has dropped, so check that out as well. American Horror Stories season 4 is returning. They've added Debbie Ryan and Michael Imperioli to the cast of that. Dave Franco and Allison Williams have joined The Fault in Our Stars director's new movie. Maxine is hitting Max later this week, so keep a look on that if you like to stream that. Pretty decent movie, and I think it will do pretty well on streaming. We have the first trailer for NCIS Origins. That's right. A newly minted Agent Gibbs reports for duty in 1991, so check out that trailer if you're interested. Kevin Smith says Mallrats sequel is back on the table. That's right, Snoochie Boochies. So I can't wait to see what he does with a Mallrats sequel. The Batman director Matt Reeves says he's still aiming for a trilogy. He says everything is looking like it's sticking very closely to the path that they envisioned. So look for that trilogy. Kind of interesting. James McAvoy was doing some interviews there for Speak No Evil, and he was talking about how when he did the movie Split, it was actually supposed to be Joaquin Phoenix in that role, but Joaquin dropped out 2 weeks before they started shooting. So McAvoy said he jumped in with only 2 weeks before they started shooting and had to learn all those different characters and personalities and styles and everything, man, which is just even more impressive because I talked about how great he was in Split and knowing he only had 2 weeks to prepare. Congratulations. That is incredible. Megan actress Allison Williams is set to star in Paramount Plus's adaptation, actually not necessarily Paramount Plus, but Paramount's adaptation of It Ends With Us author's new book, Regretting You. So that'll be the next one. They did It Ends With Us. Next, they will be adapting her book, Regretting You, from Colleen Hoover. All right, let's see here. We have all your winners from the Emmys. That's right, the Emmys were this past Sunday night. I watched the show. It was hosted by Eugene and Dan Levy. They did great job. I thought they were awesome. They were really, really funny. Some of the winners were a little head scratching, but they always are at the Emmys for me. So don't have time to go through all of them, but if you'd like to check them out, we do have the article posted on our X page with all the breakdowns. So check that out. Charlie Hunnam will portray Ed Gain in the next season of Ryan Murphy's anthology series of Monster. We have the first trailer for Brothers, which is starring Peter Dinklage and Josh Brolin, along with Glenn Close, Brendan Fraser, and Marissa Tomei. That's a big cast right there, man. This trailer was pretty funny. It releases on Prime Video on October 17th. We also have the first poster for it as well, too. They're kind of doing a twins thing where Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage are twin brothers, but obviously they are they don't look anything alike. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's Prime Video October 17th. The early word for Agatha All Along is great. Very high praise going around for this show. And so I'm very excited, man, for sure. We have the new poster and trailer for Woman of the Hour. This is Anna Kendrick's directorial debut. This is a true story based on the dating game's Deadliest Bachelor. This premieres October 18th on Netflix. An all new preview for The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep. We posted that up too. That premieres on Netflix on February 11th. We have a final trailer for Transformers 1. We just talked about how amazing it was, but check out the final trailer here. Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, we have the new poster of their movie Here, which is directed by Robert Zemeckis, hits theaters on November 1st. We have the new trailer for Small Things, I Like These, which is this is Cillian Murphy's new movie that hits theaters on November 8th. News broke today that the Sims movie is in official development. That's right, a Sims movie officially in development going to Amazon MGM Studios. Margot Robbie will produce and Loki's Kate Herron will direct, as well as co-write the video game adaptation. Very interesting. We have the new trailer for Mickey 17. This is Robert Pattinson's new movie directed by Bong Joon-ho. It also stars Stephen Yoon, Naomi Aki, Tony Collette, and Mark Ruffalo. So we got the full trailer for that posted up. Castlevania Nocturne, that returns for season 2 in January on Netflix, and we have the first teaser trailer for that. Emily in Paris has been renewed for season 5. Mark Bernardin and Tiffany Smith's new horror and science fiction anthology, Deepest Darkest, has added a cast member to it. It'll be Raul Coley. New casting update as well for a new rom-com called Office Romance. It will star Jennifer Lopez and Ted Lasso standout Brett Goldstein. That's right, they're going to star in Office Romance, which will be going to Netflix. It's a new rom-com. Goldstein is also writing the script with Joe Kelly. So I know you can quickly kind of blow this off, but Brett Goldstein is hilarious. And if he's a part of the writing team, this could be really cute, man. So you know what? And Jennifer Lopez pulls off some good rom-coms here and there. So I'm looking forward to Office Romance. Let's see what they do with it. Shogun update. Seasons 2 and 3 will have separate narratives with continuing characters. John Cena has signed on to star in Matchbox, which will be a live action take on the classic Mattel car toy line. Apple has snagged the package that hails from Skydance and Mattel Films. Sam Hargrave, the director of the Extraction movies, will helm the project. We have the new trailer for Dr. Odyssey, which stars Joshua Jackson. This is the Ryan Murphy ABC series that debuts this month. Um, Apple TV Plus has canceled Time Bandits after just one season. Not shocked by this. I preach Apple TV Plus all the time to you guys. But every once in a while, they release a stinker. And Time Bandits to me was a stinker. I tried to watch this show because I try to watch everything on Apple TV Plus, and this show sucked. My whole family was over it after one episode. So, not shocked to see that it has been canceled. So, sorry, no more Time Bandits. Adria Arona, who appeared opposite Glenn Powell in Netflix's Hitman. She was just in Blink twice. She is in final negotiations to star in and executive produce Onslaught, which would be the latest feature project from Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire director Adam Wingard. James Cameron is planning for life after Avatar. I don't know how, man, because he has like 10 more Avatars he wants to do. But the filmmaker has purchased the rights to the forthcoming book, Ghost of Hiroshima, and intends to direct a feature adaptation of the atomic bomb story. So supposedly that'll be next after Avatar. Baz Luhrmann is directing a Joan of Arc movie, so that'll be next up for him. We have the new trailer for Spin the Bottle, which is previews the new creepy horror movie that stars Justin Long. Coleman Domingo is in talks to join Steven Spielberg's new UFO film. We have the trailer for Classified, which stars Aaron Eckhart, Abigail Breslin, and Tim Roth. It's a new Hitman thriller. The early reactions for Halle Berry's new film, Never Let Go, are actually really strong as well. They praise Halle Berry. They talk about the movie being brutal and brilliant. And, I haven't really been sold on the trailers, but I like the director. It looks promising, and I think they're just keeping out the good stuff from the marketing. And I hope, man, I hope it's awesome. So looking forward to Never Let Go. We got an article up with the director of Speak No Evil, and he talks about why they changed the ending from the original film. Um, NBC has released a list of when their fall premieres will happen, so check that out if you want to see when your favorite show comes back. Donald Glover says Star Wars isn't fun anymore, and he hopes to change that with the Lando Calrissian movie that he's doing. So I think he can. I think Donald Glover will bring some levity to Star Wars. It'll be pretty cool. The new movie Afraid that literally came out like 2 weeks ago from Blumhouse. It's the new AI horror movie. It is now on digital VOD. So if you missed it in theaters like most people did, you can now rent it. Cuckoo is another one that was in theaters for a very short time, starring Hunter Schafer and Dan Stevens. It is also dropped on premium VOD as of today. John Landgraf, who is one of the producers on The Bear, says that season 4 will be ready for a summer 2025 release. There was a lot of confusion on this. People were saying, oh, you probably won't get another season until 2026. He says, no, it will be ready for season 4 in 2025. The show will have 4 seasons in 4 years. So they're hoping to stay on path. I don't see why not. Paramount Plus has greenlit a new Australian thriller series called Plain Gracie Darling. Doctor Who has tapped Archie Panjabi to play the villain for the next season. That'll be pretty cool. That Robert Pattinson movie Mickey 17 will hit theaters on January 31st of next year. All 22 seasons of Family Guy are available to stream on Hulu right now, and Hulu is offering a $2 a month subscription for college students. So if you're looking to sign up, go get it. The Penguin series, like I said, will debut on September 19th, but the following episodes will arrive on Sundays. And on that note, my friends, that is the end of our show. So we did it right around the half hour mark. I love it. Nice and tight. So again, thank you so much for joining me on this ride. I hope you feel caught up. I hope you feel a little bit of knowledge. All of the news we talked about, all the trailers, the posters, everything is housed on our X page. So even if you don't have it, go to x.com/am I on the air. Very simple. You can just type that URL in, bookmark it, and you can follow the news as it happens, man. We keep it updated every day for y'all. So that's the best hub for everything. So bookmark that. Follow us on X at Am I on the Air. You can follow me directly at DXDonMega. Same handles over on Threads if you prefer to be over there. But Threads doesn't have all the news like X does. I know some of you just don't like X, but even if you don't subscribe, like I said, just go to the URL and get the news, watch your trailers, get all the stuff. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/am I on the air. Make sure you like the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, please. Leave a 5-star review, leave a thumbs up, whatever you need. Just get it on your favorite platform: Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music. We're on everything. So just subscribe wherever you like to listen to podcasts. We're even streaming on YouTube. So if that's easier for you, just go to our YouTube channel. You can stream the show immediately there as well. Let's see here. Make sure you like all our social media. It's our Instagram, our TikTok, our YouTube, all simply at Am I on the Air. We really appreciate it. And make sure, big shout out to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and Pop Culture Pros. Thank you guys so much for always streaming our show on demand. Follow on X at Red Dragons Radio, all one word, and at PopCulture_Pros for two great podcast networks with a lot of stuff going on over there. So, with that all out the way, thank you. Thank you once again for tuning in and following the show. Spread the love. If you know anybody that loves entertainment news, this is the podcast for them. Please, word of mouth is the best thing you guys could ever do for me. So, on that note, my friends, I hope you all have an amazing week. Go see Transformers this weekend. I'll see if I can get to the theater. I do want to see The Substance. I do want to see Never Let Go. But I don't know, man. It's a busy weekend. We'll see what happens. But take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Red Dragon!